Every bird in your yard is watching you right now. Not the hawk, not the cat, you. And they are talking about you. Not in a way you can hear, but in a language so precise, so structured, that other birds within 90 feet know exactly how dangerous you are before you even take your second step outside. You think you were the observer in your backyard. You are not. You are the subject. You have always been the subject. And today you are going to find out exactly what they have been saying. Most people assume birds react to movement and sound, that they startle, scatter, and reset. And that is not entirely wrong, but it is maybe 10% of what is actually happening, because what birds are doing in your yard is not reacting. It is broadcasting, real-time, structured, across species, and it has been aimed at you every single time you walked outside. What you are about to learn will permanently change the way you move through your own yard. Every fact in this video comes from real peer-reviewed field research. Welcome to Minds of Backyard Birds. Hit subscribe before you keep going, because what comes next is something most people who feed birds will spend their whole lives never knowing. Stay until the end, because the last thing we cover is the part that will genuinely shake you. Once you understand it, you will never walk outside the same way again. Start with the American robin. 40 grams, hopping across your lawn like it owns the place. The moment you step outside, within 1.2 seconds, that robin has already classified you, not as a human, as a threat level. When a person enters within 30 feet of a foraging robin, it does not fly. It freezes, raises its head to a precise 45-degree angle, and fires a sharp tuck-tuck-tuck at 3 to 5 notes per second. In a 2007 study in animal behavior, researcher Christopher Templeton at the University of Washington proved that the speed of this call carries exact distance data. Faster notes mean you are closer. Other robins within 50 feet decode this and reposition within 1.2 seconds, not fleeing, moving behind cover while keeping you locked in their line of sight. They are not scared of you. They are filing a report about you. Here is the part that makes no sense until you understand it. The robin gets louder the closer you get. Logic says, hide, go quiet. But this call is not for you. You already know the robin is there. What the robin is doing is making sure every other bird in that yard knows exactly where you are and how fast you are moving. You are being tracked. In real time, by a bird that weighs less than a golf ball. Now, look at the black-capped chickadee at your feeder, 11 grams. In a landmark 2005 study in Science, Dr. Christopher Templeton documented something that rewrote how ornithologists understand bird communication. The chickadee's alarm is not a single signal, it is a graded sentence. The number of D notes at the end of its call carries specific threat data about you. 2 D notes, large, slow-moving threat, lower danger. 4 D notes, fast, small, unpredictable threat, maximum danger. Nuthatches, titmice, and woodpeckers within earshot all decode the count and respond differently. This is not instinct in the simple sense. This is structured information transfer. By any scientific definition, this is language. And right now, somewhere in your yard, a chickadee has already assigned you a D count. If that surprised you, wait. Because what comes next is even harder to believe the first time you hear it. Same hawk crosses your yard. 2 birds. Completely opposite responses. The robin issues a thin, high-pitched whistle. One sustained note nearly impossible to locate by direction. You can hear it, but you cannot find where it came from. The chickadee adds 4 D notes, then goes completely silent for 5 full seconds. One bird hides its location while warning. The other broadcasts precise threat data at personal risk. Same predator. Same yard. Opposite strategies. And here is what makes this extraordinary. Both of them work because they are solving different parts of the same problem. The robin protects the network. The chickadee informs it. Have you ever heard that thin whistle? The one that seems to come from nowhere right before your yard goes completely still? Drop it in the comments right now. The answers people leave on this video are genuinely worth reading. In a 2011 study in PLOS 1, Cornell Lab of Ornithology, researchers confirmed that mixed species flocks share alarm data across species lines with a response gap of under 2 seconds. A chickadee's alarm causes downy woodpeckers and nuthatches to freeze, even when those birds never saw the threat themselves. They are reading a message from a completely different species and acting on it immediately. Your yard is not a collection of individual animals living separate lives. It is one unified cross-species intelligence network, and you are the most frequently discussed topic in it, and silence is part of that network. When your yard goes completely quiet, feet are empty, branches still, nothing moving for 3 minutes, that silence is not the absence of communication. It is the loudest signal the system can produce. In a 2016 paper in Avian Conservation and Ecology, researchers found that birds 75 feet from the original alarm, birds that heard nothing directly, responded to the silence itself within 4 seconds. The quiet is the message. A yard that goes still means something shifted. Every bird within 90 feet already knows what it was. They knew before you looked up from your phone. They knew before you noticed anything had changed. If you know someone who has ever stood in a quiet yard and wondered why, send them this video. What they are about to understand will change the way they stand in their own backyard forever. Here is the part that took researchers years to fully document, and it is the part that will stay with you. That chickadee at your feeder right now. 11 grams, the weight of $2 bills. It has classified you, broadcast your threat level to 6 other species, updated that classification twice as you moved, and is currently monitoring your exact position relative to its escape route, all while cracking open a sunflower seed. Its brain, the size of a pea, is running a multi-species alarm network in real time, and it has been doing this every single day, in your yard, without you ever knowing you were part of the conversation. You thought you were watching birds. The birds have been watching you the entire time. The yard you look at through your window is not a peaceful nature scene. It never was. It is a live intelligence network with you as the primary variable, one that has been updating in real time every single day since the first morning you walked outside. They have always been talking about you. You just now have the language to understand what they were saying. There is something else happening in your yard we have not covered yet. It happens every night, in complete darkness, with birds you recognize every morning at your feeder. It involves memory, magnetic fields, and distances most people never connect to a backyard. And the numbers, once you actually see them, are something most bird watchers never fully grasp.